Hello YouTube, Adam here with Livingston Financial, and today we're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject ever, debt. This video is really going to help those who are in debt get out of it, so if you are in debt, please press the like button and subscribe to Livingston Financial. I have a new video every Wednesday filled with very helpful personal finance advice. Here at Livingston Financial, it is our goal to make sure that you can be financially independent to the point where you no longer have to work for a living. However, how are you supposed to do that when the average American has $38,000 in personal debt, and that's excluding home mortgages? That means that the average American is $38,000 from the starting line. They've dug themselves into these huge holes, and compound interest is working against them rather than helping them. So essentially, math says that if you don't get started tackling your debt right away, you're going to be poor forever. The first step to eliminating all of your debt is to properly acknowledge that debt is an actual emergency. You need to realize that most forms of debt just destroy your capacity to create wealth. I mean, if you want to get into investing and you have $70,000 in student loans, well, you have bigger fish to fry right now than buying index funds. If you are in debt, this video is not meant to discourage you, but it is meant to tell you the reality of your situation, because once you fully grasp the magnitude of the problem that you're facing, you'll then be able to make the necessary plans to get out of it. You guys know that I love to run my investment calculator to show you the potential gains of money that is saved. So I'm going to do that right here. The average American minimum monthly payments of credit card debt is $163. The average American with student loan debt has a monthly payment of $393. So keep in mind, this isn't even including potential car payments or other forms of debt, but these two debts alone will come out to $549 a month. Starting from zero, if this average American took that $549 and invested it all into Vanguard funds every single month and got the historically average return of around 10%, after 15 years, this average American would have an account worth of $245,360. For most people, debt is just a never-ending cycle. You might end up paying off your car, but then you have to finance your appliances, and then you gotta pay for your kids' tuition, and then Bertha wants a new minivan. So this video is for all the Berthas out there. So here we go, typical average American family. The Smith family has 5 forms of outstanding debt, and those are $70,000 on their mortgage with a 4.5% interest rate, $15,650 on their Wells Fargo credit card with an 18.3% interest rate, $17,650 on their US Bank credit card with an 11.9% interest rate, $1,700 on a Kohl's credit card with an outrageous 27.24% interest rate, and $32,000 in student loans at a 5.8% interest rate. If the Smith family properly understood the ramifications of those interest rates, it would make them just weep in fear. Let's take the Wells Fargo credit card, for example. The outstanding debt of $15,650 with that 18.3% interest rate will compound to $36,260.86 in only the next 5 years. The amount of outstanding debt is going to double over, and this is why your debt is an emergency. Do you think you're going to set yourself up for success by paying the minimum monthly payments on a balance like that? If you do, you're absolutely crazy, and we need to remember this is only one form of the Smith family's outstanding debts. There's 4 others. If they don't make some serious lifestyle changes now, they're probably going to work at Subway until they're 97 years old. Do you want to work until you're 97 years old? I don't think so. Keep in mind, in the evenings after they get off work, they are going shopping for designer clothes, they're going to the movies, and they're coming home with a gallon of ice cream and a bag of hot Cheetos. This Smith family, the average American family, while having this debt, has budgets for things like shopping, entertainment, and travel. What? Newsflash for you. If you are in debt, you get none of these luxuries. Debt is not something that you just work on. Debt is something that you go to war with, and you will stop at nothing to claw your way out of the deep grave you've dug yourself into. You don't get to go shopping, you don't get to go to the movies, you don't get to go out to eat, and you do not get to buy the organic, pasture-raised, grass-fed organic milk for $11 a gallon. You are going to eat eggs and whatever cut of chicken is on sale because you screwed yourself, and I do not want you to be poor. When most Americans get their credit card bills in the mail, they never really sit down and do a calculation with their budget to see how much they're going to end up paying. So likely there's never a moment when the beholder of the debt finds out that number, so they're never going to get the opportunity to have the emergency siren ringing in their head that they're going to be poor forever. This video is your emergency siren. Being in debt means that you totally blew it. If you are in debt, you have almost already lost the game of life. You bought something that you couldn't afford, and now the laws of mathematics dictate to you that you need to get your head out of your ass or you're going to be poor for eternity. All spending beyond the food that you eat, the house that you live in, your utilities, and the cheapest possible transportation to work must be halted immediately. Zero extra spending until you are out of debt, no questions asked. I'm sorry for yelling at you, I don't mean to discourage you. I just want you to be rich. Alright guys, rant over, you get the picture. Your debt is an emergency. Now let's go over the two most popular methods of paying down debt. The first one is the Snowball Method, popularized by none other than Dave Ramsey himself. With this method, you're just going to list out all of the debts that you currently own, and then you're going to start off attacking the one with the lowest outstanding balance, and then after that, you're going to move on to the one with the second to lowest outstanding balance, and so on and so forth until you build that snowball and your debt is gone forever. This method really makes a lot of sense at first glance, and it really helps with the psychological side of debt payments because you're going to get a dopamine kick. When you pay off one debt, you're going to inspire yourself and realize, oh man, I'm doing this, I can now move on to the next one, and you're going to keep getting that reinforcement that will really help you move forward. This method has undoubtedly helped lots of people, and I encourage people to seek it out if you think it will help you the best. However, this method does make a less amount of mathematical sense compared to the method I'm about to show you. You can absolutely pay down all of your debt with the Snowball Method by attacking those low balance loans first and then moving on to higher forms of debt. However, you're going to spend more money doing so this way, and I want you to spend less money. The second method of debt payment that I endorse is called the Avalanche Method, and that's the method that's going to involve making minimum payments on all debts and then using any remaining money to pay off the debts with the highest interest rate. So let's take Billy from the Smith family to illustrate this. Billy has $10,000 in credit card debt at an 18.99% interest rate. He also has $9,000 in car loan debt at 3% interest, $15K in student loan debt at a 4.5% interest, and $3K to pay toward these debts each month. So with this scenario, Billy decides to use the Snowball Method, and he's going to tackle the car loan first because that is the lowest amount of outstanding debt out of all of them. In this scenario, using the Snowball Method, it's going to take Billy about 11 months to pay off his debt entirely, and he's going to pay about $1,514.97 in interest payments. Using the Avalanche Method, Billy's going to pay down the credit card debt first because that has a higher interest rate than the other forms of debt. It's going to take him about the same 11 months to pay down all of them. However, his total for interest payments is going to be $1,011.60. That's a savings of $503.37 in interest. Here's a good tip for you guys. Use the debt repayment calculator on bankrate.com because it is incredible. I will link to it in the description, so please click on that and open it up. Using this calculator, you'll be able to put in all the debts that you currently carry, the payments that you're making, and it's going to give you a roadmap in terms of the progress that you're going to make paying off your interest and the principal on your debt. The reason why using this is so powerful is that you're going to find out where you're going to stand with your current habits. Are you going to pay off your debt in 2 years, or is it going to take you 15 years? It's great to know that information so you can adjust accordingly. So let's reiterate why paying off debt is so important. Getting rich is what's called an exponential process. Every dollar of debt that you pay off creates a compounding snowball of savings that will continue forever. Now, once the debt is paid off entirely, you're going to cross that $0 net worth line and into positive territory. Compound interest is then going to be working for you and able to get you rich instead of working against you to keep you poor. Getting to baseline, that $0 net worth, is going to be that initial switch that's really going to help you grow your wealth, because that is the most relaxed stage of wealth creation when your money is working harder than you can. So you need to get there as soon as possible by being tenacious about debt payments. You must consider all possibilities. If you have a car payment, consider selling it. If your mortgage payment is too high, consider roommates. Get a second job, eat lentil soup for every meal of every day, whatever you can to expedite the process. Do you want to be poor forever or not? This is what I want you guys to do. If you haven't already, sign up for an account at creditkarma.com. Now, once you're in there, you're going to have all of your debts listed, and I want you to write down every single one and also write down the interest rates for each amount of debt. I recommend that you use the debt avalanche method. You're going to tackle the highest interest rate debt first, and then you're going to be able to get to that $0 baseline faster. Once you cross that line, wealth building becomes fun because compound interest is incredible. You're going to be able to pick your investments, play around with stocks. That's when it gets fun. Nobody likes being in debt, so just get out of it! Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video by Livingston Financial. Do you recommend any other debt payment tips? We'd love to hear them. Leave a comment in the description. What's worked for you guys in the past? I want to know. If you found this video informational or entertaining, please hit the subscribe button to Livingston Financial. I have a new video every single Wednesday that I believe will greatly help you with your personal finances. Now, by pressing the like button, you're going to greatly help my exposure with the YouTube algorithm, and it's my goal to help as many people as possible. So you'd be doing me a great favor by just pressing the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys, for watching again. Have a wonderful day.